Welcome to the Passionpreneur Experience, where I examine the thoughts, energy, and strategy a side hustler needs to grow their entrepreneurial dreams, all while they work their corporate 9-to-5 day job. I'm your host, Bridget Cobb. Now let's get started. Hey everybody, welcome back to the Passionpreneur Experience. So glad to have you joining me this week. I hope everybody out there is staying healthy and sane as we continue our individual isolation plans and we're just navigating life in general at the moment. It's a little bit crazy out there. This past month I release a blog post once a month on the 15th. It's called Passion Points, and it's just an exercise to keep me writing because I like to talk and I like to keep the writing muscle kind of flexed. So that's an exercise I do for myself. And I wrote an article this past month called Thought Isolation, Maintaining a Healthy Mindset. And of course, you can imagine what that was influenced by. They were just announcing for tech companies, work from home, and we were all kind of experiencing isolation for the first time. And this really got me thinking, where we're all out there right now in self-isolation and social distancing, and what we're doing really is, if I'm sick, if I'm feeling ill, then I am going to remove myself from public, from groups of people, because I am now at risk of infecting others. My illness could spread to other people. And when I started to think about this, I'm like, wow, this is just like our thoughts. And this had really kind of spurred the blog post that I wrote. And essentially, right now, we're what's happening out there is the exact metaphor for what happens in our mind when we are not conscious of what we're thinking. One thought that is self-deprecating, that is self-defeating, that instills unchecked fear, can spread to other thoughts if left unchecked and uncontrolled until it spreads and contaminates all of our other thoughts, and really disrupting our ability to stay focused and stay productive and engaged with what we're doing as passionpreneurs, as entrepreneurs. So I wanted to take a look at, how proactive we're being when it comes to being conscious of our thoughts, and especially now in times of potential panic. I feel like panic is low here, even though I'm in Seattle, which is a high risk area. But I think everybody saw a bit of panic the first few weeks when we went to the grocery store and saw items flying off the shelves and hoarding and fights. I don't know if you guys saw that on social media, people literally fighting over toilet paper, just craziness out there. And, those types of thoughts can spread across and infect our other thoughts and really start uncontrolled panic and fear. So what I'd like to do is just encourage you that, as you navigate the next few months of quarantine and containment, that you do so consciously. So what do I mean by this? This is about taking a little bit of extra time to acknowledge the thoughts, beliefs, fears, and conclusions that you have drawn as you absorb social media, main media, or you speak to friends. As you're looking at imagery that you're seeing popping up in different places in social media, where does your mind go? What thoughts, pop up for you as you listen to the evening news. And be conscious of it and really challenge yourself to capture your stream of consciousness and then put it through a few key filters that I have for you. So firstly, how are these thoughts, the thoughts that pop up in my mind when I see for the 100th time someone's posted a picture of empty shelves in a grocery store? How are those thoughts that I have about that picture affecting my actions? And is this serving me and my business and my family and anything else around me? All right, because there is no denying that when you see that picture, even though many times someone's taking a picture of something that looks disturbing, like empty grocery shelves, and saying, we shouldn't be doing this, we shouldn't be panicking about this. The reality is that image is speaking much more loudly to our subconscious minds than the whole paragraph they wrote underneath it about how we shouldn't panic. So when you start looking at those images, or you see that meme pop up that is a containment related, what thoughts am I having, and how are those thoughts affecting my actions? So am I finding myself pulling back, even from reaching out socially to friends through safe avenues like FaceTime, or ringing them on the phone and saying hello? Is it causing me to completely isolate myself out of fear? Is it causing me to not do that blog post because what difference does it make anyway? Everything's going to hell and I'm just going to do nothing. All right, so be aware of that, because that's very normal to have those actions come up, or to have those thoughts of like, what's the point? And then have it affect our business. And then as the business declines, we're thinking, yep, this is exactly what I thought would happen, because those empty shelves, my business isn't working. But could it be that there's really a thought driving that, which is stopping you from doing the normal actions that you would do because you've got these thoughts running loose in the back of your head? So again, that question, how are these thoughts affecting my actions? And is this serving me and or my business, my family, whatever? The second question, the second filter, what kind of actions am I taking from my thoughts and feelings right now? And is this helping or hurting my business? So now we've been very clear about the thoughts that we're having. Are these thoughts helpful to me? Are these thoughts constructive? Or are they not? And now let's really do a deep dive on what actions, because I am 100% responsible for my own actions, just like I am 100% responsible for my own thoughts. And is this helping or hurting my business? So is the unchecked fear that I just realized was there, which is enabling me to disregard some of my normal responsibilities that I would be doing, that I know I'm simply doing out of fear. Now, you may find, guys, I'm not doing the blog post every day because I've got 4 kids who are no longer in school. I'm still working full time, plus going, making sure they're getting their schoolwork done, and everything else. So, taking care of someone that's sick. There could be, legitimate, of course, there are going to be legitimate reasons out there why you may be slowing down right now. That's why this is so important to do. It's to do that inventory and see, is it that, or is it really a thought that I'm having that is causing me to sabotage myself for some reason? All right, that third question I want you to look at is, what is the temperature check on my drive, my momentum, or my energy? Has there been a significant change? And if so, what thought is driving that? All right, so this is doing a quick temperature check. Let's think back to December. All right, how did I feel in December? Even January. How was I feeling then? What was my drive for my business like? how did I show up energy-wise? What was my momentum like? Now let me do a temperature check on myself now. What is it like now? Have you found that it has really taken a tumble? That you're spending a lot more time being fearful than maybe being excited and driven about your business? If so, firstly, totally normal. I have to keep saying that is very normal. And in fact, I'd love for you to go back and check out episode 15 of this podcast, because I do an episode around fear. And what I believe strongly is that, we shouldn't be out there with a goal of eliminating fear, because fear is a natural human emotion. So we're not out ever to eliminate our emotions. We're out there to understand them and use them constructively. So if you are experiencing a lot of fear right now, head on over to that episode 15, and check it out. But this is an important exercise, guys. Do that temperature check against your baseline, which might have been early this year, late last year, and now. And if there's a significant change there, then do some questioning. Why is that? What belief, what thoughts are there driving that significant change? All right, this is just a helpful exercise so that you understand why you're feeling the way you're feeling, that you understand why you're getting the results that you're getting, all right, and that you can take ownership back over that. All right, and the last question that you can use in this filter is, what have I learned in the past month that might help me feel better prepared, resilient, or confident for the future? All right, so as we go through this experience, this is a fantastic time for you to be capturing the learnings that you're experiencing right now. And that could be, all right, I understand now having a crisis plan for my business is important. What does that look like? What could I use right now that I didn't have? Because the last thing we want to do is come out of this experience and go, oh, I'm so glad that's over. I'm sure that will never happen again. I'll just keep going forward now. This is the time to be capturing any learnings we can from this experience and using it to plan for the future. So be really conscious, really aware of where you're struggling right now, what types of resources you need, and document that and start building that into a future plan for your business. And use this time to learn as much as you can about crisis management in your own business. So just like we take steps to isolate and contain a virus or someone infected with a virus, we can use this exact same exercise or this type of caution with our own thoughts. Identifying and quarantining destructive or debilitating thoughts allows us to maintain a healthy mindset, leading the way to continued creativity, also to make clear decisions and to properly assess risk. All right, so I hope this episode has given you something to think about, just an exercise to do where you can kind of deep dive and look into the thoughts that you're having right now. I love the idea of kind of comparing that energy and momentum and feelings that you had in January as to now, looking at the differences, getting curious about the thoughts that are causing you to feel and act the way you are acting and feeling now. And then getting curious and most importantly, remembering to be empathetic and caring towards yourself. I can't stress enough that feelings of doubt, of fear, confusion, they are normal, they are natural. Again, human emotions that we are all equipped to have and experience. The important thing here is to be conscious of those feelings, to understand what you think about them, what you're making it mean to you, and therefore what actions you're taking out of that. And then saying, okay, I understand that fear is stopping me from continuing to build my product because I'm scared that it won't be the same when I release it, or, what's the point anyway? There's no way, my business is going to survive this. To say, okay, is that really what I want to go with? Because first of all, you can say yes. But if you decide no and say, that's not what I'm going to go with, I am going to fight this, then I need to get that thought in check real quick and say, I understand I'm in a challenging position now. I understand that this is disrupting my plan. This is not the way I wanted things to run. Maybe I do add a little bit more time to my plan than originally anticipated. I'm going to say that's okay, and I'm going to work with that, and I'm going to keep pushing forward. And you can do all that when you're conscious of your thoughts, and especially those destructive ones. You want to be the most conscious about those so that you can get them in check when you need to, and you can isolate them from the rest of your thoughts, keep them nice and healthy. All right, that's all I have for you guys today. Thank you so much for joining me here on the Passionpreneur Experience, and I will see you back here next time. All right, stay healthy, and we'll see you back here. Bye. Are you building your side hustle business all on your own? Well, you don't have to. Engaging with and being accountable to a supportive community will increase your productivity and keep you on track. Join my private Facebook community, the Passionpreneur Experience, and connect with like-minded side hustlers just like you. Head to the show notes now for a link to the group and start building the business of your dreams.